Sure. So I love it. I love you guys' input. That's awesome. Is this still your segment, Mr.
No, we're good. We're good.
We Dr. Rico, I'm sorry. Every time you invite somebody as a guest, don't invite me because I'll just eat up their time, I guess.
Well, you're one of the co-hosts.
No, I know. Principal corner, 1 minute corner. Next thing you know, it's a whole podcast again.
1 hour corner.
1 hour corner. So, yeah.
I mean, you bring up good topics.
Yeah. Thanks, Easton. You're good. You're paid, sir. We're going to put him on the payroll. All right. You can pay Jerry a little bit on the side, too. So you can,
Yeah, I think it's a good addition.
Yeah.
It'll come with backlash, but at the end of the day, it's about education. Yeah. It's just how serious people take. I feel like nowadays school isn't really taken seriously anymore.
Yeah.
Like the main complaint I see and I kind of have is some of the math is something that we don't see ourselves using, if that makes sense.
I agree slightly, but I also think that this is our fault, not your fault, us as adults need to do a better job of connecting like math, right, to you young people. I'll take a perfect example. Started my morning this morning observing a math lesson. I'm in geometry. Mr. Myers. They are going over angles of triangles. They're going over hypotenuse. They're talking about degree angles and measurements, and they're using a climometer. So to be able to measure distances with accuracy, to be able to pinpoint. And I was blown away because the entire lesson, you're talking about cotangent, right? You're talking about sin, cos, tan. He had a little video. Again, this is stuff and he's making connections with the young people on how you use these tools in the real world to measure. So then the second part of his lesson, he took him outside in the quad, made it stand at various distances, created out of a straw with a rope and a little like metal washer with kind of like a protractor type device, just looking through and measuring the angles based off distances. And he was making connections like light poles. You got it. If you're going to change, you need to know angle trajectories of like certain planes or whatever. These are certain things. He was making connections to real world. And so as I was walking out with students, I'm like, can you see how this connects to this stuff? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so I say that because we need to continue, especially math. Because math is one of those ones where you're like, what do I need this for when I grow up? Because the whole thing we keep thinking about is money and checkbooks and taxes and that stuff. And you hear the public say, we don't teach kids how to do that stuff. But the reality is the jobs, the future, especially your jobs of the future, is all math-based. Think of everything AI that's moving forward. Everything in the world and society has a math element, from building this building to programming to constructing the next generation of code, whether it be code through social media, through robotics, through engineering. No matter what field you're in, even if you're in the trades, you're going to be a welder, an electrician, a carpenter, construction, math, all math, geometry, algebra, solving problems, equations. But we have to do a better job of connecting that to you guys. Because if we don't, then you're going to be like, well, I don't even know this. I just tell my phone, boom, bip, bip, and scan this thing and answer the problem. It's not about answering the problem. It's about taking the series of steps in your brain to critically think to solve a problem. Even if it's wrong, the steps you take to try to attempt to solve it, you might get it wrong 9 times, but on the 10th time you get it right, you're like, aha, this is where inventions, patents come in. It's all math-based. It's the universal language is math. And so, and I say that because I wanted to be a math teacher, but I didn't become a math teacher. Someone convinced me to do something else, but in the teaching area. But I love math for that very reason, because, and I think one of the reasons why like this country is the greatest country in the world with all of our faults, we have more patents, more inventions, more entrepreneurial thinking in this country. Part of it is because of our freedom, but another big part of it is because of how we integrate mathematics in what we do. So I say that, but we got to do a better job to convince you guys of that, right? So something for you to ponder. So, Easton. So, hopefully, I didn't get too deep on you on
No,
that.
I don't
All
think
right, okay.
it's
Yeah.
all of your fault.
Yeah.
I think it might be.
That's okay. I won't take all the blame. Thank
not
you.
all
Easton.
your
I appreciate it. I was going to say, woof, I'm good.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I think it's part of the parents' fault as well, because I don't know how you were
yeah.
raised,
Oh,
but how I
man.
was
Oof.
raised was if I have a D or F or sometimes a C, I get punished for it.
Yeah.
So school has become this thing for me, where to
Sure,
be honest,
sure, yeah.
it's more about what grade I have than what I learn.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Sure.
my mom just said to graduate, not to
Of course.
learn.
Yeah.
So I'm.
But
learning-
hopefully you learn when you graduate or when
Oh,
you get
yeah.
A's and B's or F. I mean, it's supposed to be all correlated, right? And everything like if you get good grades, hopefully you're learning. You're not just like, smiling your way through A's, right? It's
Yeah.
not. So there is some level of that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, parents have to be a big part of student learning. But there's challenges with that as well. So. The key to this is math is important, guys. Make the connections to the real world beyond your what money you make. Math is all around us, for sure. Dr. Rico, we good on time, sir? I'm looking at my phone.
We're approaching an hour, so that'll
Ooh,
give us 4
okay.
different. YouTube only gives
I-
us 15 minutes a clip. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Eason and I will edit this into
Okay.
a 4-part series.
Okay.
Is there anything else we want to?
I got nothing else. Mr. Canfield's
I'm-
segment, is your segment still on right now?
I'm good. I'm thank you for inviting me here. This has been a fascinating conversation. I
you.
look forward to coming back.
Thank you, and thank you both for giving me my library job here. I'm loving it, and I get to work with great students like this. And let's hear it for the co-host here, the student co-host. So natural.
Yes.
Jeri was, believe it or not, nervous before, and
Jeri.
she knocked it out of the park.
Jeri.
And Eason, well, he's like an old soul. He's like more like my uncle than a student.
There you go. I love it. No, you guys are great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity again.
Do you want to quickly plug what you guys are doing with the Super Bowl? By the way, folks,
Ooh, are
today's
we doing a
February
pick?
1st.
We doing a pick?
Let's do a pick.
All right, go ahead. You make the plug, and we'll give you our picks.
Well, my mentor, because we talked about those earlier, is Miss McGee from video production. She has been a great advisor in my lifetime. My 3 years I've been here.
Yes. You're more than 3 years old, by the way.
Am I?
Yes.
We recently got a partnership with Rise,
Nice.
and it's a community that puts together events for like younger, growing. I don't know how to explain. Not companies, but communities. And they chose us to record some of their events. They could have chose a professional team, but I guess we're professional enough. So yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity. We get paid. That's one of the things we like to
that's
hear as
awesome.
a student.
That's true. Wow.
We get lunch, we get everything, and we also get an opportunity to learn.
Yep.
That's probably one of the most important things. It's not about the money.
No, I know.
But
Yeah.
it's one of those opportunities. I could put this on my resume.
That's
it's
very
one of those
true.
things.
Very true.
Because resumes are very
Networking,
important
you
now.
meet people.
Also networking, and then we also partnered with Women Who Film.
Yeah.
So we're creating a short movie trailer and a movie trailer, and we're going to do something a little bit with them. So it's been a fun time with that teacher. She's made me learn a lot. She wants us to go to UNLV, which I do plan
Yeah,
to.
very good.
It's one of those things. And Trio has also been help with that.
Oh,
Trio,
yeah,
I
that's
think
outstanding.
Trio does a thing where it's like if your parents didn't or your immediate family didn't graduate college, you can get in there.
Yeah, Miss Cardona has that program. UNLV, she works real closely with all these students. So that, first generation especially, potentially, That's
so
awesome.
I definitely get into that. But she actually planned a field trip, I think it was last year, where we went over to UNLV.
Yeah.
And she showed us everything that we could possibly do.
Yeah,
So it
that's
wasn't
awesome.
just go here,
Yeah.
talk, go here, pizza time, go here. you
Everybody
know.
loves pizza time, though.
Yeah, everyone loves pizza time. They had soda, water. What were
That's
we
right.
talking about?
It's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things I want to plug. It's a great achievement, probably one of the biggest steps I ever took. It's actually tomorrow and Saturday. I don't have a
Yeah.
watch, but it's tomorrow and Saturday.
I'm glad you said that because you referenced it like an old soul, and I'm like, I don't even have a watch, and you looked at your watch. So
Yeah.
that's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where it's definitely because the step from being a student or a child to an adult is just flip-flop. It's one quick thing. It's you're 16, 17, you're 18, now you're an adult. Go ahead.
Boys, and I can't wait till you. I'm going to ask you that question. 5 years from now, we'll talk about that one, right?
Yeah, it's one of those big steps, and if you don't plan for it, it could go
Absolutely.
really wrong.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I'm glad Miss McGee gave me an opportunity to plan
she's
for
outstanding.
it because she's probably one of the best teachers here. No, shade. or
The
anything.
best?
One of the best.
One
If
of
I
the
had-
best. It's okay because
I
you have
would-
others on there too, but
Yeah.
that's good. No, Miss
I would
McGee's
vote her
outstanding.
Teacher of the month
All
every
right.
month.
Okay,
you know.
every month. Wow,
I
that's
think it's a great
impressive. All
opportunity.
right,
I know you
all
do.
right, Miss McGee.
You do some student things. You want to plug those?
Well, I'm actually working with Mr. Canfield right now to initiate One Canyon into our middle school and elementary school libraries. And so right now we are working with, oh my God, the school down the street. I can't think of the
Sedway?
name.
Wellhouse?
There's
Sedway,
Sedway?
thank you, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Working with Sedway, and we're trying to pretty much tell them about the magnet programs we have here
Yeah.
and how we want to have more people who are zoned for Canyon to come to Canyon
That's right.
for the magnet program. And usually when you think of the magnet program here, you think of law, forensics, business, but we do have more. We have a great robotics program. We have video production. We have
Yep.
international relations. And so we're trying to start them now when they're in
Mm-hmm.
middle school. So when they come to Canyon, they're like, I know what I want to do. I saw it in my library back in middle school. And
Yeah.
so that's what we've been working on. for
That's
the past
awesome,
couple
Jerry. I know I
months.
saw some of your work, and Mr. Canville keeps me updated on a lot of that work. But that's great because we want this. We want our community to enjoy and to reap the benefits of our great magnet program and all of our course offerings that we have, like not just video productions, but we have so many great CTE programs, magnet programs. We have something for everybody here at the school, so which is great. Thanks,
I'm
Jerry.
very glad to hear that. I went to Sedway.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that because Sedway, it was a bit of a rough spot.
It was a little bit of a lumpy start for you there.
lumpy
Yeah,
start.
Okay.
It didn't really have much, but
Okay.
I'm glad to hear that you
Yeah.
too are giving
absolutely.
Sedway a bunch of opportunities.
Sedway's doing. I mean, they're doing great now. We've got a great partnership with them since we've
Oh.
been here, which is nice. Both Sedway and Bridger are our big feeder middle schools, so we've got that's the bulk of our students and our magnet students. We do have a bunch of magnet students that from Sedway and Bridger, but you're right. We need more to take on that opportunity as well, so that they know what we have to offer with our schools. So that's great. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Should we wrap it up?
Dr.
You
Rico,
wanna send
do you
us
wanna-
off the air?
No, sir. I think I've spoke more than my minute,
Let's
Mr.
have Jerry
Canfield.
do it.
Jerry, you want to close us out, or
Well, thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it. And I don't know what to say. I mean,
say you have a little
thanks.
catch line?
No.
No.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You don't
that?
want to know what I said. I just
Su-
said
oh,
goodbye.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before we say bye,
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl picks. Who are you picking? Just got him.
I'm not very into sports.
You don't have like
to
a.
be
It's a
honest.
coin flip. San Francisco 49ers or the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you have a? No. Yes.
Chiefs
no?
sound pretty good.
Chiefs sound pretty good. What do you think, Jerry?
I don't really watch football that much. I watch hockey more than I watch football,
All
but
right. Good for you.
I'd probably go with the 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah.
Get Chiefs 49ers. Dr. Rico, do you have a pick?
I'm going with the experience of Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and Coach Andy Reid. So, yeah, I like the 49ers. They had a great season,
Yeah.
but I'm going with the experience. Chiefs.
Not because you're a Swiftie.
I might be.
You might be. That's okay to be a Swiftie. We're closet Swifties. Mr. Canfield? Yeah.
I'll probably go. I mean, you never bet against Mahomes, and so they've been there the last 4 out of 5 years. They have experience with Super Bowl and dealing with the drama that is around it. You're coming to Vegas for the first time. There's going to be a lot of hype and hoopla, a lot of distractions. So with their experience, I'm going to go +2 Chiefs.
Wow, you were even given the spread there, sir. I will say this. My quick pick is Chiefs. Like because of what everybody's already said. I'm just a fan of like that type of, I love sports, football coach. So I would be thrilled, right, to see whomever, but it's hard to go against the experience. I think there's something to be said about having that experience going in there, and it's tough to bet against that right now. Not that I'm going to bet. I'm just saying tough
No,
to pick against. Just save my money. That's it. I'd rather do that. Even though, Vegas has got to win somehow with all the gamblers coming into town. So, but anyway, Dr. Rico, we turn it
Yeah.
back over to you, to the young people. So, Ready to close us home? Bring us home, Jerry? Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for
You're
coming.
welcome. No problem, Jerry.
Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you guys again on our podcast.
We will.
and, yeah.
Well,
Appreciate
we'll
it.
make sure we'll give Mr. Canfield 30 more seconds. All right.
Only 30.
That's it. All right,
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.